Good morning, World Football League. This is your Emperor Chad Rowland. It's 9:34 in the morning. So when I work at home, I have like blackout curtains closed, and I got a little light right here that provides light. It's actually the black saber from Star Wars. So if you know your Mandalorian lore, the black saber here, pretty cool looking lamp. Anyway, so give you a glimpse into my life. So wanted to make this video to talk about some things that are pretty serious and need to get out there. Right, in advance, I do apologize. I am literally just getting over a cold again. I feel like this entire winter I've been sick, and something's going on congestion-wise, so I apologize. So here's the rub, right? So last night, I don't know if you caught the game between Michigan and West Virginia, but there was a glitch at the end of the second quarter to where West Virginia scored a touchdown, and then it went into like doing the extra point, but like West Virginia was lined up, but for some reason Michigan was kicking it, and it ended up being like they kicked it, West Virginia recovered it, and then it rolled right into the third quarter. No halftime, no nothing. West Virginia got the ball. They had an opportunity to score a touchdown. I don't remember what the end result was of that, but so I debated on taking it out and redoing it, but I decided to keep it in because it led me to want to do this video and discuss with you some things that none of you really know what's going on. And maybe I've talked to a few of you about it. I don't know, but I know Colin and Dave both do, and it's something that we need to discuss as a league. So this is a major glitch in the game. This has happened to me multiple times. Not just this instance, but I'll explain a little bit further here, but multiple times. So what usually happens is anytime that a team scores with time expiring in a quarter. It hasn't done it to me in the fourth quarter yet. That was the first time it's done to me at the end of the half. It usually always does it in the first or the third. What happens is, let's just use, I'm going to use an example here, Dakota versus West Virginia, right? When Dakota took on West Virginia, there was a sim where West Virginia scored at the end of the first quarter. They were up, I think it may have just been 7-0 at that time. And so they got up, they got the first 7 points of the ball game at the end of the first quarter, and then it looked like that it was going for two, right? So they lined up at the 1 yard line trying to go for the 2-point conversion. They ended up handing it off to O.J. Alberga. Alberga scored it, right? Instead of giving them 2 points, it gave them another touchdown. So then all of a sudden, within 20 seconds, West Virginia was up 14-0. So I stopped it and I resimmed. That has happened way more times than you guys can imagine. This past weekend, for example, we do 4 games a weekend, right? I simmed 13, actually it was 14. I simmed 14 games this weekend because of the glitch. Should have been 15 maybe if I would have redone the Monday night game or the game of the week. So this really brings up something that I want to talk about. And look, I'll tell you this. This did not happen at the beginning, right? I don't know when this glitch started, because when we did the original testing before we even started this league, like when the game first came out, this never happened. I was thinking about it last night, and I was trying to, I don't know if the first update put this glitch in or not, but something happened to where this glitch came about. And this glitch is a major, major concern as a sim league. If you're playing the, if you're playing the game, it's not really much of an issue because of the fact that this doesn't happen, right? Because you pick your plays, right? If the time expires, you just pick a field goal, or you pick the 2 point conversion and go from there. Maybe, I don't know. I've never had it happen where I'm actually playing the game, so I couldn't tell you. I don't play the game. I do the sim stuff. So every weekend that we've had, it's only been 3 weeks, but I have at least done 10 sims a weekend, right? And for me, being the only streamer, that's not going to work. So I want this to work. I want this to be a thing. And Colin and Dave and I, all three of us agree, like we don't want to try to do anything different. We don't want to try to, whatever. But here's the rub. And I'll say it because I don't care. I have put in videos, like at least 6 different bug reports to the Maximum Football team, and we get met with nothing. It's once again something that I've always kind of what's the word I was looking for? Always kind of felt about the industry when it comes to the sim league world is that they just don't care, right? Because it's AI versus AI. You're not buying the game to play AI versus AI. You're buying the game to play the game, right? I think that's really what it is about. One of the things that really shows something is not right is the former community manager either being let go or walking out of his own, which was Micah. Micah was in our server too, and he's no longer a part of the Maximum team. And ever since that's happened, nothing has happened. So it's really a concern for us as a league, and we're trying. We were trying to work with Micah. We were working with Micah. We were trying to work with, trying to be like the official sim league of Maximum Football, and doing this stuff, and nothing has been met with us, right? Nothing has happened, and any time that I've put in stuff, I get nothing. And I understand they're a small team, and they got to do what they got to do, right? And I get it, and I can understand that as a small team, I am assuming that when it comes to issues with your online play or issues with actual play with the sticks, they are gonna take the front lead over AI versus AI simulations. So, with that in mind, as a league, we have to make a decision, right? We have to figure out what we're gonna do going forward because, like I told you, Colin, Dave, and I, the WFL, I would rather let this, and this is just me speaking, not Colin and Dave. They can chime in themselves if they want. I would rather let the league die than switch it to something else. So here's kind of the plan going forward, right? And this could be talked about within the community. It could be anything that people can chime in and say what they want to say, right? And I know that this thing will probably make some people upset. Maybe it might make people leave. I can't control that, right? But as somebody with some sort of integrity, a little bit, I want you guys. And we've always talked about how the community is gonna, we want to keep the community in the know. We want to keep whatever. After 3 weeks of this, I have to let you guys know what's going on, right? And that's why I'm making this video today. So here's kind of the plan we're going to go through with, right? I can't sit, like I said, I can't sit here and do 13, 14, 15 sims a weekend. Like, I just can't, right? And as one streamer, I don't think anybody would blame me a bit for feeling that way. So here's what's going to happen, at least for the rest of the season. We are going to play out the rest of the season. Like that's not a thing. Like, we're not going to say, okay, this is shut down now. We are going to play out the rest of the season. I am not going to worry about the glitches. If a glitch happens, a glitch happens. I hate to be like that, but at the same time, I would hope that if you guys put yourselves in my shoes, you completely understand. Right? This isn't my full time job. I have a full time job. I got a meeting actually in the next 15 minutes that I got to attend. That's my full time job. I'd squeeze this in between 5 kids, a marriage, right? Extracurricular activities for those 5 kids. Well, one of them's an adult, or 2 of them technically, but you get the point. And just being doing stuff around the house and all this stuff, right? Life kind of comes first, and so obviously the entire weekend, I can't be sitting here doing 14, 15 sims a weekend. This isn't a full time gig for me. So what's going to happen is that, like I said, the sims are going to play out. That's not going to be a thing, right? We're going to play this season out. I'm not going to, if a sim happens or if a glitch happens, a glitch happens. It is what it is. If you guys are upset about that, you can come talk to me. I can explain it even more further detail if you want. But I'm not going to keep re-simming over and over just to get a perfect game, right? And trust me, I could have just left this alone before because, even like not trying to be biased, but like the West Virginia Dakota game, I resimmed it 6 times or 5 times. I resimmed it like 5 times in a day, right? And I had to sit at my desk. I had to sit right here where I'm sitting at the entire time watching it to make sure that the glitch didn't happen, right? And it's frustrating when you get all the way to the 3rd quarter. You're like, all right, here we go. And then all of a sudden they score at the end of the quarter. I'm like, oh, God, please tell me it's not going to do it. And then it would do it. Every time. It's never as any time that they have scored with the time expiring, it never fails. It's never not done it at the time expiring. So it's something within the coding. There's nothing we could do about it. And so, like I said, the sims will play out, right? We're going to do that like normal. I'm not going to worry about the glitches. If a glitch happens, a glitch happens. And then at the end of the season, when we do the playoffs and all that stuff, right? Then we're going to have to reevaluate. We're going to have to reevaluate whether this league continues. Because I mean, I don't know. I don't know the timeline of how long until the season's over, but I could guarantee that I don't know if it'll be fixed by then. Right? I just don't know. I have tried to contact people from Maximum Football, so it's not like I haven't tried. Even when Micah was still there, I wasn't getting answers, and I think that was because he was already out the door. But not blaming Micah at all for that, by the way. I'm not. But I just feel like it's kind of back to the old system of how these games don't look at the simulation side of things, right? And that's fine. I get it. I totally get it. It's a small community, right? It's not that small, but it's a small community. But this is what I wanted to let you guys know, right? So week 4 will continue to happen. I'm not sure about. I think Colin may be gone this week because he's in Vegas with Derek and Ryan, but. So the content will still try to be pushed out, things like that. But I just wanted to let you guys all know what's going on. That way you can kind of see my side of things and see exactly what's going on. So if you guys have any questions at all, please let me know. I'm gonna get the game of the week rolling and voting stuff happening. I gotta get that updated today. So please vote on that. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, please reach out to me directly and talk to me about it. I don't mind talking about it at all to people. I would show you videos. I could probably re-download them somewhere, but I had to clear out my hard drive because it was getting full. I had like 80 gigs worth of videos from Maximum Football. So I had to clear them all out. It was getting too much. I need to upgrade my hard drive. So anyway, but like I said, thank you guys again. This wasn't a conversation I really wanted to have, right? It's really frustrating, but I need to be upfront and transparent with everybody in this league. right? Because we're not the type of people, Colin and Dave and I, we're not the type of people that's just going to hide behind the shadows and let you guys just watch the fall happen. Then all of a sudden, boom, it's gone. We want to be upfront. So once again, if you have any questions, please let us know. And we'll go from there. Hopefully we can have a great season, and then we'll figure stuff out. Maybe they'll get it fixed, and I just don't realize it. But we will figure it out. So thank you guys once again, and we'll talk to you soon.